We go. Okay, we are live. All right. Welcome everybody to this evening's Learn How to Control Your Body interview. Tonight I have the pleasure of interviewing a lovely lady whom I've met for the last couple of months called Larissa Wright, and she is all about the low tox and holistic health, and she has a business called the Wholistic Wellness Hub. So hi Larissa, and thanks for joining us tonight.
Hello, thank you for having me.
It's very, very exciting to be interviewing you because I know you've got lots of great things to share. So my first question is, I want you to tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Okay, so like you said, my business is the Holistic Wellness Hub. So I'm very passionate about everything low tox, and particularly essential oils. And I love Young Living essential oils and how they can really help your body on a cellular level. Yeah, I just am very passionate about creating communities of women, particularly. I don't mind men, we won't exclude them too much. But just really learning about health and wellness and incorporating it into all sorts of areas. I've got crazy kids, so I love using, low toxin oils on them and on myself, and I'll just throw them on everyone. So
Yeah, they're awesome. I
yeah.
love Young Living oils. They're beautiful. They smell good and they're good quality oils as
Mm.
well. So they are really nice to use. So how did you get involved in this? What kind of got you started?
Well, my low tox journey has kind of been a little bit further along the line. But initially, what happened was I had a lot of issues. I had issues with my skin. I'd have itchy skin all the time. I had a lot of issues um, throughout different seasons. I'd spend the whole time like sneezing and feeling like garbage. What else? I had issues with my hormones. So pretty much I wasn't really unwell person, but I wasn't hugely well.
Yeah.
So I can't, we kind of think it's all right, especially when you've had kids, and I've got 4 kids, and um kind of like just go along thinking, oh, it's okay to feel like garbage a lot of the time. And I think I was just like searching for something. I remember going to the health food shop and buying like passion flower oil or something weird like that for my hormones, because I got really grumpy when I got my period. And I just remember thinking there must be something else. And a friend showed me how to make sun cream, and
Oh,
showed me
wow.
how you make sun cream with essential oils. And from there, I was just like, this stuff is amazing. And I trusted her and kind of took the leap. And that's about 7 years ago. And since then, the journey's kind of been a bit of a progression, moving from just starting off like trying to focus on particular issues that I have, to moving to more going, okay, I need to get rid of toxins in my life. Okay,
Yeah.
where are the crappy things in my life that I'm using? My skincare, my cleaning, everything. I started doing the research on it. I'm the worst person in the supermarket because I read every single label. And
You're one of those. I've become a bit of that too.
yeah, but it's amazing and then when you learn what's in things, you're like, oh, I remember doing the research and I felt physically sick at what,
Yeah.
and knowing what I'd used in the past. So then after that, then I started thinking, I actually need to change what I'm eating and stuff. So most people come in to the journey and they start with the eating. I did the whole low tox, essential oils bit first, and then went, okay, this has something to do with what I'm eating, and that's part of it as well. So I
Sure.
guess I see it as all like little pieces all kind of being brought together. Yeah, part of the puzzle.
Yeah. And you
And
sounds
now
like
I'm
you did it gradually as well. You didn't kind of do it
not,
all
yeah, I'm
as you
still doing
started.
it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
so even now, like my thing at the moment is like plastics, like starting to get rid of how much plastic we use. And
Mm,
we went to the amazing talk yesterday, and now I'm sort of focused on, gut health and thinking about how I can sort of improve my health and my family's health through what
absolutely.
we eat more.
Yeah. And I think until we become kind of educated in that way and we start to inform ourselves about what's actually in stuff that we use and we buy, then we start to realize, like you said, it's a bit like oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm using that or eating that. And it's so bad for you. And you then become so much more aware that you kind of don't go back to it. It's a bit scary. It's like, I've got to change that habit. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly. I knowledge is power. And
Yeah.
I do know people, and I've done workshops with them and so on, and then they've done nothing with it.
Yeah.
But I'm always of the belief, once you know something, you've got to make the changes. That's how I feel. But there's been many, and it has been like you said, like a progressive thing. Like
Sure.
not all in one go. And like we've got kids on the spectrum, so that's been a big thing in itself, and working out,
Yeah.
how to handle different situations and what they eat and what's going in. And,
Mm,
it can become overwhelming,
yeah.
and you got to kind of do it in a way that's not too
Too
overwhelming.
much. Yeah. And I mean, I guess too, we know now that with research that the foods we eat do contribute to kids' learning needs and brain function and gut health and all that stuff now. So it really is up to us to kind of make the change and get informed about what we need to do. So
Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way as you. I think once you know something, you've got to make changes. But I realize that um, not everyone does it as intensely as me. Sometimes I get told off by my husband, oh, it's too much. But,
go slow, make
I
the
know,
change
I
slow.
know. Yeah,
And even if you go slow, as long as you're making those small changes, you're going to notice the difference in that long term. So,
mm,
that's the end result, I guess. You want to be healthier, live longer, but live longer healthier rather than
yeah,
age not gracefully and be sick and all those horrible things.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah. So what would you say are your top three health benefits just from reducing the low tox in your environment and from using the essential oils?
Yep. So, number one would be the therapeutic
Yep.
benefits of using the oil. Some
Yep.
some of them I can't say on here because I totally get in trouble. But
Yeah.
there,
Absolutely.
like I don't use a whole lot of actually I don't use anything um that comes from I'm trying to be really PC in what I say, but from a chemist or anything like that. I try to use everything that is natural and yes, and the benefits have been amazing, and just the way that I feel and my energy, and I know same for my family and other people who have
Yep.
been introduced to the oils and kicking out the chemicals too. Second thing would have to be just the benefits, particularly to my kids and the way that they feel, their energy, their vibration, change in mood and behavior,
Yeah.
and that sort of thing. And the third thing, and I hope this is one I can put in there, I think you'll let me, um, but from what I have done and created, like in terms of Young Living, but also Low Tox, and then even like the event last night, I have benefited amazingly just from community, I can't speak,
Yeah.
around me, and just like the learning, and it's just amazing. Like it's
Yeah.
almost, I know that you are
He's showing me no, go away, no.
is it hot cross buns?
I know, he's showing me hot cross buns. Evil.
Did you do that talk did,
Yes,
that
yes.
I went to, and we
Yep.
said the
Yes, I
cross?
did. The cross, yep, not good for you.
No.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's naughty. He
It's
buys them.
a very like very very minutely occasionally food, um, but it's all good. Yeah. So community, just being around like-minded people, has been amazingly beneficial to me. Like I love just that shared knowledge and, you know, learning from other people, and that has been a huge benefit. Um, yeah, does
Yeah,
that kind of
absolutely.
answer your
Yeah.
question?
Yeah, it does. And I think that being, like you said, learning from other people and being in a community of people that are like-minded about the similar issues and things that you want to change, I think that's really important, because we went to last night's event, which was the Western A. Price Foundation, and that was really good in learning about how to go back to traditional eating and traditional foods, which when you look at the history of that, they had less disease and issues and that we have today with our processed food and our processed diet. So it was very interesting to learn all that kind of information, and not just how it affects you internally, but also,
Mm,
your jaw structure and your dental structure and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was
mm.
definitely, I agree, being with
It's
like-minded
awesome.
community.
Yeah, and just you learn so much
Mm,
from other people. Like I thought I knew a bit about the whole topic, but there was so much more that he presented. And I've been to two of the events already, but this is taking it from a whole different angle.
yeah.
And yeah, just we can just keep learning from each other, and it's really actually quite exciting.
Yeah, it is. It's very exciting. So what do you recommend is important for people to start off with? Like, what would be, if they want to start making a change, it's kind of like what we said before, where would you suggest people start?
Do you mean generally like on the low tox
Yeah,
journey?
generally on the low tox stuff. Yeah, yeah. So what,
Yeah,
would you start looking at products that you're using in your home and start eliminating them? Like, how would you do it?
yeah, I believe like it's for me it's twofold.
Yep,
So what I found was when I started, like I said, I started using essential oils,
yep,
and that helped with like I went in going, okay, I've got this issue, and this issue, and it definitely helped with that. So that was awesome. But then, sorry, there's noise in the background
that's
here.
okay.
Um,
We both got families, so it's
yeah,
all good.
mine are a little bit crazy. Um, yeah, so I went in thinking, oh, I need to solve all these problems, and yes, it did. And oils are amazing for, you know, that kind of thing. But then I realized it's twofold, because you can have amazing health benefits. But if you are still, and it's the same with eating,
Yep.
but just on the low tox side, if
Mm,
you are still then pouring you know, when you wash your floors or whatever, you're still pouring. I don't even know. I haven't been using anything like that for a while, so I don't even know really what you call it. But like,
domestos or something.
yeah, detergent or whatever, then you know it's not balancing. You're doing harm at the same time. Whereas once you put them together and you do it both, what it creates is amazing, and you feel even
Mm,
more amazing. You raise your vibration, you raise your energy. Um, yeah,
absolutely.
even when like, you know, when I feel like garbage and don't have sleep or whatever, I still feel pretty good, you know,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm not putting that toxic load onto
You've
me. So,
eliminated one layer of what is not making you feel good, and
yeah,
that's going to be
exactly.
beneficial. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I suggest getting started. I would suggest starting with your household cleaners and things like that. That would be my number one place to start,
Yep.
because we just ingest so much into our bodies. Um, and we have
Absolutely.
like a product called Thieves, which you know about.
Love
And the
it.
good thing about it is you can use things like bicarb and lemon and all that kind of thing, and that's great. But when you use essential oils, they go into your body and they help to clean it out
Yeah,
well.
that's
So it's kind
amazing.
of doing extra stuff that's good for you.
Yeah, excellent. So I guess your message would be to, start looking and educating yourself in what things in your house need to be, I guess, eliminated to start reducing the toxicity levels in homes. And then look at products
Yeah.
that you use outside of cleaning and that kind of thing. Would you
Yeah,
say
I
that?
mean, yeah, it's I'm further along on the journey, so it's really hard for me to sort of think back to how I did it. But Yeah, I would say what you said, but also I'd be using, if people are open to it, I'd be using essential oils at the same
Sure.
time as well, because things like your perfume, I mean, perfume's
Mm,
terrible.
yeah, so you
Um,
wouldn't even think it. You just wouldn't.
mm,
It's a
well,
bit like what we were told last night, in terms of marketing and advertising. Like it's all about the money really and what they're going to make, and it's not got anything to do with the health of people
mm,
or whether it's good or bad for you. And I know that's a bit of a controversial kind of topic, but it's starting to become a bit more obvious to people now, and people are waking up to the fact that not everything out there is good for you.
but you know what? I mean, you say that, but I'm just going to be a bit controversial. I do have one friend who was like saying to me when I talked about detergents and all that kind of thing and what's in them and, all the chemicals, she said to me her husband did not believe that, that they would do, like companies like that would do that. So people, you
I
still
know.
can't convince everyone. And I guess I'm not about, and it would be the same for you. I'm not about trying to convince people.
No.
I want people who are already ready.
Yeah. And
Um,
I, and I think at some point I was a bit like that. I was a bit naive in the sense that, oh, surely they wouldn't do that to people. But as you get older and you see what's happening, and you start educating yourself about things, then you
mm,
realize that yes, they do things like that, which is
mm.
pretty scary. I just wanted to.
Sorry, there's noise in my background. Husband's yelling at one of the
That's
kids.
okay. So I used the Think Dirty app before. Have you heard
No,
of that?
oh, is it? No, Think Dirty. I have the other one that's the chemical maze.
Oh, okay. So it does a similar
So,
thing.
yeah, I think the
Yeah.
Think Dirty might be free,
Yeah.
whereas the Chemical Maze one, I think I paid like $10 for it,
Okay.
but it's awesome.
Yeah.
That's where I get the weird looks in the supermarket when I'm like pulling out
Doing the
my
skin.
phone, reading the ingredients,
Well,
and what are they?
The Think Dirty app does the same thing, except like you said, it's a free thing, and they will tell you the toxicity levels on products and things that you use, which is
Yeah,
it's very eye-opening. So if you're interested in that, you can go and have a look at that a bit further. Um,
yeah, awesome.
Before we finish, I just wanted to say, did you want to share any events that you've got coming up for anyone that might be interested in coming along? And also maybe tell us a little bit about your kick-ass parent group that you've got running.
I would love to.
Because I
Yes,
know that
please.
might help a few people that are listening tonight.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so we are running more events next month. I cannot particularly remember the dates
It's all
right
right.
now, but I would love to share them with you at some point. We are running just essential oil classes. Sorry, the
It's
door's
all
being
right.
closed behind one 12-year-old. So we're just running oils classes. We're running low tox class, and I cannot remember what we're making, but it's going to be amazing. I will let you know
Yeah,
once.
you can
I'm working
pop it
with
in the
Rosie on
comments or
that.
something. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
just
and
pop
then
the
I'm
link in
also
the comments.
yeah, and then next month I'm also going to be doing beeswax wraps. I really like making them because they're a rip off at the shops, and when you make them, it's really, really good. Um, and we are on the last Wednesday of the month. We do up at Young Living, which is in Borkham Hills. We do a Wellness Wednesday, and we're going to be talking about thieves and
Beautiful.
probably make our own washing liquid because I've got like a
I've seen
family
you
of
do that one.
6,
That's
and it's
awesome.
huge. Well, I'm going to do liquid this time, not the
Not powder.
powder.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Oh,
liquid, we make like a 11-liter container of
wow.
liquid that goes, like families like ours that have
Yes,
lots
big
of,
families go through
yeah,
lots of washing.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
so that's kind of what's coming up. A few other things as well. Um, and CAPS, our kick-ass parents of kids with special needs. It's very exciting. We had our first meeting. We so we have a meeting. It's like a meetup once a month on the second Thursday of the month up at Castle Hill RSL. Kids can come along if they like. It's for parents of kids with special needs. We really wanted to create This is Stephanie Pinto, and she's an amazing emotional intelligence
Yeah, stay tuned. I'm doing an
coach.
interview with her in a couple of weeks. So,
Yeah, she's
yeah.
brilliant. She knows her stuff and works really well with parents. So her and I sort of collaborated, and we've started this group for parents of kids with special needs. So any kind of special needs, they can have a diagnosis or not have a diagnosis. So we met up today, and we just wanted a safe, caring, sharing environment, not where everyone's like, oh, this, life sucks kind of thing all the
Yep.
time.
Yep.
But if they need to share that, they can. But really wanted to be uplifting and say, look, if you've got something you want to share or, that kind of thing. So rather than just often these groups are all about, okay, what resources can we tell you about? Or it's
Sure.
all the speech therapists, or you're getting speech therapists to come along and talk. Whereas we got Cindy Spears to come along,
Okay.
and she talks about grounding and mindfulness and that kind of thing. So the focus is on the parents rather than the kids, and how can we
That's
help the
awesome.
parents. It's like, how can the parents cope
Be help.
better,
Yeah,
like,
that's awesome.
yeah. So it was a good space. There's a few parents who are quite ostracized in this
Mm.
situation, so a
Yep.
good community that we're creating. It's small, but it's growing.
That is
So
beautiful. That's lovely.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, thank you for letting me share
Thank
that.
you. That's all right. So if you can pop those links in the comments of the video of this live, that'd be great so people know where to find you. That would be
Awesome, thank
awesome.
you.
But
Thank you
thank you
so
so
much.
much for spending time with us tonight. I really hope that all that was some valued learning for people that were watching. Thanks for tuning in, and yeah, we'll see you next time.
Thanks,
Thanks, Larissa.
Sandra. Take
Bye.
care.
Bye.